Well, it was off an upset stomach.
How do I look?
Surprisingly intelligent.
Ask your doctor for product information.
Call now to learn more about the new Nicotrol inhaler and get a free copy of Pathways to Change, Nicotrol's personalized plan full of tips to help you quit smoking. The Nicotrol inhaler and Pathways to Change should be used as part of a total stop smoking program. Call now and you'll also receive a coupon worth $5 off your prescription, plus a sample inhaler mouthpiece. So call now to get started.
Here's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Well, you faced some rain during your morning commute across the George Washington Bridge in New York City. Much of the Northeast is seeing light rain today, with freezing rain reported in colder locations of upstate New York and other parts of New England. Good morning and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Heather Tesh.
And I'm Marshall C. Spotty rain and some snow showers also are affecting parts of the Midwest this morning. Meanwhile, in the West, you're seeing windy, wet weather in Seattle. You're also seeing rain in Chicago this morning, and you could see a few flurries before it's over with. Miami will be mostly cloudy today with highs near 80 degrees, while Boston is seeing some rain. In Philadelphia, the rain began around midnight, and it has continued heavy at times since then. So you really need those raincoats and umbrellas for your morning commute. Things look better for the afternoon, though. The rain should be ending soon. Now with more details, here's Heather.
And we will take a look at that rain. We'll also take a look at some of the cooler temperatures where we are seeing some of the areas of snow and some freezing rain and also the areas of rainfall. All right, it is cold in the north and we are seeing some warm air a little further to the south, and where the two come together, that is where we're seeing those pockets of some freezing rain moving in. Now, you don't need to worry in New York, Philadelphia. It's in the form of rain. Albany, New York, earlier we had some freezing rain, but that's changed over to rain now. It's a little further to the north. Glens Falls, New York is picking up some of that freezing rain. Also parts of Massachusetts picking up some of that freezing rain as well. And I want to point out too another spot that we're having some trouble with today, and that is if you're traveling through Montana. Some of the areas on the downslope of the mountains picking up some very strong winds here. In fact, we could see some wind gusts of more than 70 miles per hour. So keep that in mind. Traveling may be a little rough for you if you're heading there, especially with some of the high-profile vehicles. All right, back now to the northeast, and we will take a look at some of the wet areas around. Again, Philadelphia, you can see you're sort of right on that edge of picking up some rainfall, a little bit in Dover as well, but you can see it continues to push off to the east. New York, you're going to have it around for a little bit. You've got a little more stretching out to the west behind you, but it'll continue to move to the north and the east. Hartford right now picking up some of that rainfall as well. And up toward Albany, bit of a dry spot now, but you'll see some more of that swinging through as we head through the daytime hours. All right, these are the areas, as I mentioned, in northern New York where we're seeing some areas of some of that freezing rain. We're also seeing some of it in Massachusetts, a little bit in Vermont and New Hampshire, and we will see more of that starting to spread into more of New Hampshire and eventually into Maine as we head through the day. So that could cause some problems for you probably on the evening commute, say in Portland with some changeovers. 24 right now in Minneapolis. Green Bay, the temperature is 35. Chicago, you're at 41 right now. St. Louis, the temperature is 42. Chicago picking up some rain right now with mild temperatures, but once this cold front moves on through, that may change things and you might see a little bit of snow. I think it'll be light. It'll end fairly quickly, but just something to be aware of as you head through your day. Again, here's a look at some of the rainfall. Even in Wisconsin, Green Bay picking up rain. We have rain south of that. North of that, though, we are picking up the snowfall. And as we take a look around Green Bay a little closer, you can see the rainfall, also rainfall in Milwaukee right now. In Chicago, we are picking up some of that rain. You can see eventually we'll see some of that tapering off as we head through the day. A little bit throughout Indiana, some of the northern suburbs of Indianapolis picking up some of that rainfall as well. And we're also seeing a little bit spotty throughout Ohio. It'll be spotty as we head through the day throughout Ohio as well. Now to have more for you on some of the other spots around the nation, we're going to turn it over to Marshall.
That's the operative word this morning, spotty showers, and that's what you'll find along the Gulf Coast and in Florida too. Your weather is going to be mostly dry and mostly warmer in the south today, but it's going to be cloudy in many areas too. In the Pacific Northwest, rain, gusty winds, and mountain snow will continue. And east of the Continental Divide over toward Idaho and Montana, those downsloping Chinook winds could gust to more than 70 miles per hour today. It will be a real hazard to travelers in that region, especially high-profile vehicle drivers and those pulling campers or boats or some kind of a trailer out here. Be very, very careful. We got a front that's off the coast, but out in advance of it, we've got rain falling this morning south of the Puget Sound, toward the Columbia River Gorge, toward the Dalles. Some heavy rain at times, and that's all along Interstate 5, so it's going to be a messy commute for you today if you're headed toward Portland or headed south of there toward California. Rain will end, though, by about the time you get to Northern California this morning. Now, the weather map shows high pressure developing over the Great Basin, and that's going to bring us an offshore flow in Southern California, and that means some warming temperatures in Los Angeles and down around Santa Ana and Tustin and San Diego. And Santa Ana winds don't look like they're going to blow to the degree that they can sometimes, but it'll certainly be breezy in the mountain passes. In the Pacific Northwest, really messy. And notice how tightly packed these isobars are. That means some downsloping, very strong winds, if you're traveling in this region especially. But those downsloping winds are also going to warm the atmosphere, and we'll get a warm-up along the high plains or the northern plains out here toward the high plains of Wyoming. Winds have already gusted over 50 miles per hour out in Rawlins, Wyoming, and up around Cut Bank, Montana. We've had winds gusting easily into the mid-50s, near 60 miles per hour. Temperatures 28 degrees at Boise currently, Landers 20, 36 at Billings, feeling some effect probably of those downslopes already, 21 at Reno, 47 in Los Angeles and San Francisco. Even though you're 41 degrees, Oakland hit 38 this morning downtown, and that was a new record low. 51 in Little Rock this morning. It's 46 in Atlanta. New Orleans is checking in with about 60 degrees. Got a lot of overcast skies here this morning. A lot of lingering moisture in the air, and it's going to be hard-pressed to see the sunshine unless it's later this afternoon. This trough is triggering off a couple of rain showers around Tampa over toward Titusville, also south and west of New Orleans around the Houma area. But this could be the air signature this afternoon, too, in central Florida. Between, let's say, Orlando and Daytona Beach to Tampa, we could see afternoon scattered showers and storms. 78 for a high in both those cities, and it shouldn't interrupt your outdoor activities for very long, though. 59 for a high in Atlanta, 59 for a high in Dallas, and for more on the forecast, we'll toss it over to Heather, find out what's going to happen with that cold front that's moving over toward the northeast. Well, I'll tell you what, let me go out and take a look at this low pressure system that's sitting just over southern New England. That's pulling in some moisture over Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire, some icy conditions there. In the Pacific Northwest, Cold front sweeping through Oregon and Washington is going to keep it very unsettled out there. In the mountains, we're going to see the snow falling too. Around Boise, Idaho, some rain's going to be falling there. Although high pressure is building in Texas, finally we're going to see some sunshine. It'll dry out here and in the southeast by early this evening. The icy conditions, they'll be shunted a little further to the north into northern New England. Finally, that front will exit the coast by Wednesday morning. And out west, looks like more unsettled conditions for the coast of Oregon.
With United Americans Medicare